Most men don't realize this until it's too late. Not when they turn 30, not when they lose a relationship, not when life punches them in the mouth. It usually hits them at the exact moment life becomes quiet, when the noise stops and they suddenly look around and ask themselves, "How did I end up here?" This is the truth nobody tells men, and most men only understand it when it's far too late to change. But you're here now, so today you're going to understand it before the damage becomes irreversible. Every man has a moment in his life when a strange silence hits him. Maybe it's a relationship ending, a dream falling apart, a friend drifting away, a job that drains your soul, a sudden wave of emptiness, or sometimes nothing dramatic happens. You just wake up one day with a strange heaviness in your chest, as if your mind is whispering, "You are not living the life you were meant to live." But here's the tragedy. Most men ignore the whisper until it becomes a scream. And by then, it's already too late. Today's video is about that whisper, what it really means, and why ignoring it is the biggest mistake a man can make. Every man is raised with a subtle lie, a lie that sounds harmless, a lie that even feels responsible, a lie society repeats to keep men quiet, obedient, and controlled. Here's the lie: be patient, your time will come. But nobody explains that patience becomes a trap if you don't take action. And so men wait. Wait for the right moment, wait for confidence, wait for motivation, wait for the perfect opportunity, wait for life to get easier, wait for a sign, wait for permission. And by the time they finally realize that waiting is a prison, 10 years have already passed. Because life didn't get better, life just got older. Here is the truth most men sadly learn too late. Your life does not magically improve. Your life responds to pressure, not patience. Let me tell you something that'll hit hard. A man doesn't fall apart because of failure. A man falls apart because of silence. The silence that comes from sitting in a room scrolling endlessly, doing the same routine every day, feeling like you're becoming nobody, watching your potential rot inside you, knowing you could be more, but aren't. It's not depression, it's not laziness, it's not lack of talent, it's misalignment. Your mind knows you're wasting yourself. Your body knows it. Your soul knows it. That's why you feel numb. That's why you feel tired all the time. That's why you withdraw from people. That's why you feel like life is passing you by. Because deep inside, you know the truth. You were built for more, but you're living for less. If you talk to men in their late 30s, 40s, or 50s, they'll tell you 3 regrets that almost all of them share. And young men rarely escape these regrets unless someone warns them early. So consider this your warning. Regret number 1. I should have taken myself seriously earlier. Most men waste their 20s and early 30s thinking I have time. They don't. Time is the fastest thing a man loses. Regret number 2. I cared too much about the wrong people. Men waste years chasing validation, begging for love, trying to impress the unimpressive, staying loyal to people who didn't care, trying to fit into groups that offered nothing. By the time they discover self-respect, their best years are gone. Regret number 3. I waited for life to happen instead of creating it. This is the biggest one. Men assume life will eventually present them with the opportunity, the purpose, the partner, the breakthrough, the success. But life doesn't give you these things. You take them. Understanding this late in life is like waking up after the credits have rolled. Here's a painful truth. Most men know what they need to do, but they don't do it. Why? Because deep down, most men carry one silent burden. One, fear of failure. Not because failure hurts, but because disappointment does. Two, fear of judgment. Men fear looking stupid more than staying average. Three, fear of leaving comfort. Comfort feels like safety, but it's really slow decay. Four, fear of trying and still not being enough. This one is the killer. This is why most men stay small. Not because they can't rise, but because rising would expose their true limits. Here's what nobody says. A man's life begins the day he becomes more afraid of stagnation than failure. Here's the truth most men only discover when they're older. One, nobody is coming to save you. Not family, not friends, not society, not a partner, not motivation, not luck. Your life is built by you, brick by brick. Two, your habits are your destiny. Every small decision becomes a future consequence. Three, discipline is freedom, not punishment. The moment you embrace discipline, your life stops feeling chaotic. Four, solitude is not loneliness. It's the workshop where great men are built. Five, a man who controls his emotions controls his life. Men destroy themselves not because they feel, but because they never learned how to feel. Six, pain is the compass. Where it hurts is where the growth is. Run toward it. Most men live life like they have unlimited chances. They don't. Every day you delay, you lose energy, you lose momentum, you lose youth, you lose opportunities, you lose people, you lose yourself. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Here is the truth men only understand when it's too late. If you don't build the life you want, you will be forced to live a life you hate. There is no neutral. You're either rising or decaying, growing or shrinking, becoming someone or becoming nobody. But you still have one thing most men don't: time. Not much of it, but enough to change everything. So start now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready, because the life you want is already behind the door. You just need to grab the handle and push. Most men realize these truths too late, but you won't. Not anymore. This is Mind and Man, where the journey begins.